Based on our layout comparison, I would prefer Rivergreen's 872 square feet because I think it's just nice. And if I compare with the 2 plus study at Promenade Peak, right, I feel that even though they have sizes up to 797 square feet, I don't really get a proper 3-bed 2-bath. And in fact, the study room here can be quite hard to enclose lah. Naturally, my preference will gravitate more towards the Rivergreen 3-bedrooms. If the study rooms for the Promenade Peak can be enclosed easily, maybe I will give them more points. But ultimately, let's say if I'm buying for investment, the price is actually still the most important to me lah. And when I put this 872 square feet as my first choice, right, realize that the smaller 3-bed 2-bath, right, at 786 square feet, when I plot the same PSF, right, the price difference actually amounts up to 260,000. So for example, here, right, at 11th floor, 2.62 million. When I compare with 11th floor of the 786 square feet, right, it's almost 300,000 difference already. And when we look at the layout, main difference is just the bedroom over here and as well as the bigger living room. Okay, but for the bigger living room for the 872 square feet, actually a lot of them comes from the walkway space. Effectively, I'm paying more for this walkway space and a slightly bigger bedroom. But the price difference here, if it's more than 260,000, I cannot put this as my first choice already. Based on this, right, I actually changed my ranking. My 786 square feet becomes my first choice. And from here, I will plot this. I'll see what is the price gap to pay. Remember, Rivergreen and Promenade Peak, the price difference between a 2 plus study and a 3-bedroom in the resale market in CCR usually is 400,000 to 500,000. In this case, I will set just as a safety, price gap should be at 300,000. Anything less than 300,000, I'll buy the bigger unit. Anything more than 300,000, I'll buy the smaller unit. We come back to the pricing that we see here. Rivergreen is my favorite layout, 786 square feet, so this will be my number one choice. When I map out the pricing, right, price difference cannot be more than 300,000. So Promenade Peak is my second choice in terms of the 764 square feet because level to level you can see the price gap is actually only around 200,000. This is less than the 300,000 buffer that I set for myself. Therefore, Promenade Peak 764 square feet is my second choice. And as we progress, we can see, right, based on the price gap, the 786 square feet mid-floor is still my third choice. Instead of having Promenade Peak's 786 square feet, I will pick this unit first. Because between these two, if the price difference is 300,000 but I prefer this layout, right, I will go for Rivergreen first. Therefore, my order is like that. And then Promenade Peak will be my fourth choice. The price difference from here, let's say compared to Rivergreen, if it's more than 300,000, I will take this unit first. So you can see over here, level to level, right? Let's say for example at level 4 Promenade Peak, 2.17 million. When I compare it with a similar chart of Rivergreen, this is actually 2.52. Effectively, I have to pay 350,000 more to top up to a Rivergreen 3 bedrooms. Naturally, I'll pick the Promenade Peak 2 plus study at 786 square feet first. Same thing goes for the 79 square feet. The price difference here is more than 300,000, so I will go for this unit first. Okay, so the order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then from here, I'll move on to the Promenade Peak mid-floor. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you don't have such a system in place, right, then when it comes to booking day, especially when you go for the 2-bed 2-bath 2 plus study, right, you will be very caught because you don't know what is the price point that you should enter. The simplest thing that you need to have in mind, right, is to take note of the price difference that you should pay. All these price difference should be very clear in your mind. And on top of that, you also have to juggle between the floor levels because a higher floor level here, maybe it can still be better choice compared to a mid-floor level over here. Once you map out all these pricings, right, when you have this order around here, then you'll be very clear on how should you sequence your choice. Okay, and this is something that I'm trying very hard to show here. It may not be very easy to understand. Once you know how much price difference to pay, to calculate in the PSF based on the floor level, right, then you'll have a lot of clarity in terms of what to choose already. Okay, and for the 83 square feet, once I touch 14th floor, I will skip already to the bigger 3-bedroom over at Promenade Peak. Moving on.